From a distant planet ruled by apes to a shocking twist that changed cinematic history, Planet of the Apes is a classic film that has captivated audiences for decades. But behind the iconic masks and groundbreaking makeup lies a world of bizarre and fascinating facts. From unexpected casting choices to a script that almost went in a completely different direction, get ready to discover the weird and wonderful secrets of this sci-fi masterpiece. The original ending was completely different. The iconic twist ending of Planet of the Apes, where Taylor discovers the Statue of Liberty and realizes he's been on Earth all along, is one of the most famous in movie history. But the original script had a very different and much less impactful ending. In Pierre Boulle's novel, on which the film is based, the astronaut returns to Earth, only to find that it too is now ruled by apes. The cinematic version's ending was suggested by screenwriter Rod Serling and solidified by his co-writer Michael Wilson, who felt it was a more powerful and shocking conclusion. This last-minute change is a testament to the power of a great idea, proving that even a small tweak can create a lasting legacy. The Statue of Liberty twist wasn't just a clever plot device. It was a profound commentary on humanity's self-destructive nature, a theme that resonates just as strongly today. Charlton Heston's casting was a huge gamble. When the role of astronaut George Taylor was being cast, director Franklin J. Schaffner and producer Arthur P. Jacobs were in a tough spot. They needed a big star to anchor the film, but the idea of a character spending most of the movie without a voice was a hard sell. Charlton Heston, known for his larger-than-life roles in Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments, was not an obvious choice for a grimy, unkempt astronaut. In fact, many studio executives were against the idea. However, Heston was captivated by the script's themes and the challenge of the role. He agreed to take a reduced salary in exchange for a percentage of the film's profits, a decision that would prove to be one of the best of his career. Heston's commanding presence and dedication to the role gave the film the credibility it needed to succeed, turning a sci-fi B-movie concept into a serious, thought-provoking film. The ape actors couldn't drink water. The groundbreaking makeup for the apes, designed by John Chambers, was a work of art, but it came with a major drawback for the actors. The latex appliances, which were glued to their faces, were incredibly sensitive to moisture. This meant that once the makeup was on, the actors couldn't drink water or sweat excessively, or the glue would begin to dissolve. To stay hydrated on set, actors Roddy McDowall, Cornelius, and Kim Hunter, Zira, had to drink their water through a straw, very slowly and carefully. To avoid touching the makeup, they also had to endure hours in the makeup chair each day and navigate a hot, dusty set while wearing heavy ape costumes. This dedication from the cast and crew is a huge reason the film's visual effects hold up so well, even after more than 50 years. The film was almost canceled, despite having a strong script and a star actor. Planet of the Apes was a difficult sell to 20th Century Fox. The studio was concerned about the film's high cost, particularly the makeup, which was the most expensive part of the budget. Fox executives were hesitant to greenlight a film that was so strange and unconventional. To convince the studio, the filmmakers had to produce a test reel. They shot a short sequence with Charlton Heston in his astronaut suit and Edward G. Robinson as Dr. Zaius, complete with full ape makeup. The test was a success, and it finally convinced the studio to give the film a chance. The visual evidence of the ape makeup's realism and the serious tone of the acting proved that the film was a worthy investment. Without this pivotal test reel, the film might have never been made, and we would have lost one of the most iconic sci-fi films of all time. The gorillas wore real Nazi helmets. In a strange and slightly disturbing piece of trivia, some of the gorilla soldiers in the film wore genuine German military helmets from World War II. During production, the props department was tasked with outfitting the ape army, and they needed a lot of helmets. To save money, they sourced surplus helmets from a military supplier. A sharp-eyed viewer might notice that some of the gorillas' helmets have a distinctive shape that is very similar to a German Stahlhelm. While it might seem like a random choice, it adds an unintentional layer of historical irony. The film is a commentary on the dangers of human brutality and warfare. So having the ape army wear helmets from one of the most destructive conflicts in human history is a subtle, yet powerful, visual echo of the themes explored in the movie. The famous "Get your stinking paws off me" line was ad-libbed. One of the most memorable and quoted lines from the film is Taylor's outburst, "Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape." It's a line that perfectly encapsulates Taylor's frustration and the film's central conflict. But it wasn't in the original script. Charlton Heston improvised the line during filming. Director Franklin J. Schaffner loved the raw emotion and authenticity of the line and decided to keep it in the final cut. The line's success is a testament to Heston's commitment to the role and his ability to inhabit the character so completely. It's a moment of pure, unscripted rage that perfectly captures the character's descent from a cynical astronaut to a desperate survivor. The Ape City was built in Malibu. The stunning and alien landscape of the Ape City was not a special effect or a soundstage. It was a massive set built from scratch in Malibu Creek State Park, a popular filming location near Los Angeles. The set was constructed to look like a primitive, mud and straw city, with massive sculptures of ape gods and strange, angular architecture. The location was chosen for its rugged, natural landscape, which helped to create the illusion of a different planet. The production team spent months building the set, which included an entire village, a courthouse, and a laboratory. This commitment to practical effects and real locations helped to give the film a sense of tangible reality that is still impressive today. It's a reminder that sometimes the best special effects are the ones that are built, not rendered. Roddy McDowall was not the first choice for Cornelius. It's hard to imagine anyone but Roddy McDowall playing the compassionate and intelligent chimpanzee Cornelius. But he wasn't the first actor cast in the role. Producer Arthur P. Jacobs initially wanted to cast Edward G. Robinson, the famous gangster actor from the golden age of Hollywood. Robinson even participated in the famous test reel with Charlton Heston. However, Robinson, who was in his 70s at the time, found the extensive and time-consuming makeup process to be too physically demanding. He ultimately dropped out of the project, opening the door for Roddy McDowall. McDowall's performance as Cornelius is one of the most beloved in the film, and his gentle, empathetic portrayal gives the character a depth and humanity that is crucial to the film's emotional core. The film's score was radical for its time. Jerry Goldsmith's score for Planet of the Apes is a masterpiece of avant-garde composition. The music is dissonant, atonal, and unsettling, using strange instruments and unconventional sounds to create a sense of unease and otherworldliness. Goldsmith used a variety of unusual techniques, including a ram's horn and a mixing bowl, to create the score's unique sound. The score was a departure from the traditional orchestral scores of the time, and it was a massive gamble for the film. However, it paid off spectacularly. The music perfectly captures the film's bizarre and unsettling tone, and it adds an extra layer of psychological horror to the story. Goldsmith's score is a landmark in film music, and it proved that a score could be more than just a background to the action. It could be a vital part of the storytelling itself. Apes have the most dialogue, not humans. This might seem obvious, but if you actually count the lines in the script, the apes, specifically Dr. Zaius, Cornelius, and Zira, have significantly more dialogue than the human characters. Charlton Heston's character, Taylor, spends a large portion of the film without the ability to speak, and when he does, his lines are often short and direct. The apes, on the other hand, are the ones who do all the exposition, philosophical debates, and world building. This is a very clever and subversive trick by the screenwriters. By giving the most intellectually complex and verbose characters to the apes, the film forces the audience to see them not as animals, but as fully realized beings. It's a subtle way of turning the audience's assumptions about humanity and intelligence on their head, and it's one of the many reasons the film remains so powerful.